I've had this Poulan Pro chainsaw for over a decade, cut more than 50 cords of wood with it, and today I'm finally answering the questions everyone keeps asking. Was it actually worth it? Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be an update on the Poulan Pro 4218A chainsaw. I've had quite a few questions over the years asking if it's still running, if I still think it's a good buy, and all that's after the video I made a long time ago, one of my very first videos on that chainsaw. So in this video, I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. I'll tell you how I use it, how much wood it cut, and what I like and don't like about it. So let's get into it. I've had this saw since around 2014 or 2015. Over the time, I've cut roughly 50 to 55 cord of wood with it. And that's not even counting all the trees I've cleaned up over the years or the other random cuttings I've done. I get my logs delivered, and for many years I cut them all up with the saw. In the past few years I've been using mostly my still, but this Poulan has absolutely been a workhorse. Now let's talk about what this saw is. It's cheap. It's mostly plastic. If you're looking for something you can throw around, abuse, and not care about, this really isn't that kind of saw. That said, even my still, if I'm being honest, is mostly plastic too. It's just a better quality of plastic. So this saw has started every single time without fail. I did have a issue once, but that was more my fault than the saw's fault. Even after sitting for months at a time, it fires right up. Usually no more than 6 pulls maximum after sitting. Power-wise, it's exactly what you'd expect from a 42cc engine. I regularly cut logs that are around 14 inches in diameter, not because I want to, but because sometimes the guy delivers the logs and he throws in a lot bigger stuff than I asked for. If you let the saw do the work and don't force it, it handles it just fine. So that's the good side. Now let's talk about the not so good side. Right out of the box, this saw leaks chain oil. You know, it'll leak the entire tank if you let it sit. My fix is simple, if you want to say it's a fix, but you either drain the oil tank, you know, that's what I do when I'm done, or I don't fill it all the way. If I know that I'm going to be calling it quits soon, I don't fill it up all the way. It's messy and it's annoying, but it's livable if you just keep that in mind. You know, if you're mindful of it, it's not that big of a deal. It also goes through sprockets faster than I like. Some of that is probably my fault for pushing the saw harder than I should sometimes, but it's still, you know, I think it's still worth mentioning. As for parts, they used to be hard to get. They're easier to find now, but I wouldn't say they're the easiest to find. Now here's something people always ask about, is the fuel mixture. I run 40-to-1, even though most saws today call for 50-to-1. After 11 years, the piston in this cheap saw still looks basically brand new. Would it be the same at 50-to-1? Maybe, but I said I'd be honest, so that's what I run. The fuel and oil caps, they can be extremely hard to get off if you over tighten them. The trick is not to crank down on them. just snug them up enough so that they're on. I think the plastic swells a bit. Once you get used to it, it's not a problem. I also run regular pump gas, whatever I put in the car, around 85 octane, I believe. Nothing special, nothing added. So to wrap it up, is it perfect? No. Does it leak oil? Absolutely, yes. Is it cheap? Absolutely, even though they're more expensive today than they were, as everything is more expensive, right? So comparatively, it's still cheap. But after more than a decade of use and over 50 cords of wood, this saw has earned my respect. If you understand its limitations and don't expect professional grade durability, it can still be a solid budget workhorse. That pretty much answers all the questions that I've been getting. If this have helped you, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.